Yo, what's cracking?
What
It,
though?
it's cold.
It's cold. It's cold. I was gonna say it's cold as hell, but I don't know. They say that hell's not cold.
They hold on.
Yeah.
They
No, we can see the air quotes, bro. What's up with the air quotes? Like you came back from Florida with air quotes. Was there like a store?
I think you are just now noticing the air quotes.
No. I
He's
I've been
waking up. He's
Yeah.
woke. He's gone woke. Tommy's gone woke.
that's it. You're finally starting to see what's been going on out there.
That third eye open.
Yep.
no. This is just a pimple. It's not a third eye. No, for sure. You definitely came back and were very air quotey.
I think I've always been this way. I just think again. You're starting to-
Again is not new. Again is old. Allison said, "Is the countdown new? No, it's not new.
No, thanks for joining us, Allison.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on time. Yeah, says yeah. So that's what you get for joining in for the first time on time.
On
Am I
time,
doing
yeah.
it right? Am I doing it right, Gary? Oh man, no, it's super cold.
Yeah.
What do you get? What's
I
I'm
had two
kind
pairs of gloves on today. Gloves, not mittens. And
Yeah,
I thought for
I
sure I
don't
was
know
going
if
to come
it
down
does
with
anything.
frostbite.
You probably have it.
It's probably this will keep my fingers warm.
Just warm him up. Keep him nice and warm.
Just
Yeah.
as he's running, it's just these two going. What do you? Why? So yeah. So we talked about this in the chat. Mittens are the way to go, right, Aaron?
Yeah,
When it's
I haven't
cold
had
like that,
mittens
mittens
the
got
last
it.
2 weeks, but I mean the last 2 years. But when I did have mittens, they were literally the best thing possible.
Because like if you double up the gloves, double glove love, you're just you're further you're further isolating your fingers from each other.
So I'd never done double gloves. That was never really my thing, but I've done it a couple times in the last few weeks, and it worked for me. It worked.
Also, you just glove on glove.
Yeah, but what I would do is I would put the first gloves on,
Okay.
and then I would wear a jacket that has like the thumb hole in the sleeve. And I would put the first gloves, I would put the thumb through the hole and then put the second pair of gloves over it. So there's like a barrier there underneath the glove that the wind can't get through.
But then you just block your watch off entirely then.
Yeah, because it's only for easy run. So I'm just
I got to get past that mental, like I got to see my watch, make sure I'm not going too fast type.
Oh no! Or here's the other way around. You just want to make sure you don't go too slow. That's why you run all the way up until the edge of the street.
No, I put a governor on my watch for this block to make sure I don't go faster than 8:30.
Okay.
Because I will if I just like.
Oh, we know.
run and
Oh, we
go,
know.
I'll just
We
go.
are aware. We are aware. We are aware, especially up hills. Apparently. Do you? Okay, yeah. So I've always been a gloves and then a mitten on top of the gloves, and then in certain temperatures, literally anything under like 25. Actually, you know what? Let's just say anything under 29. I'm wearing hand warmers inside.
Anything under 50 degrees, Tommy, you're putting hand warmers in. Let's be honest.
I'm really working. I'm honestly like, let's just be real. I'm working on a hot hands sponsorship.
So I was thinking about this actually when you brought up frostbite, it made me think of earlier today. I was like, I wonder if frostbite sets in at the same point for everybody, even though everybody's threshold for cold is different. Like where somebody might be like, yo, my hands are like freezing, like they falling off, but somebody else might be like, oh, it's not that bad. But
it's still get frostbite.
But yeah, they both still get frostbite because it's just like
I think so.
Because the biology, you still got your skin's still going to be the same. I would assume thickness, the blood flow, all that stuff. It's still going to be affected whether or not you have you're used to it more than others.
Yeah. I was wondering, like,
So-
does your sensory whatever that like goes off in your brain, like we're cold. If that threshold is lower, does it protect you more? Or
yeah, like if your pain tolerance is higher, and you break your leg, you still broke your leg.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if that's like a vibe. But because I've heard people like be surprised that they got frostbite. Like it wasn't that bad. I mean, I didn't talk to those people because they're
no,
not.
but you hear stories of like those people who get like lost in like snow deserts and they find them without their clothes on because they're used to it. Like their bodies are they get warm all of a sudden, even though they're freezing. You hear these stories.
What movie are you watching, brother?
It's books and whatnot.
They say they find naked people in snow deserts.
Yeah, because their bodies are they think they're getting too hot. They're so frostbitten and cold at that point that their body goes into overdrive to warm them up, and they get too hot, and then they start taking clothes off, thinking that they're too hot because their brains are pretty much gone at that point as well. So
yeah, I've never gotten there. I'm glad apparently because that's on the edge of defeat, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you get to that point.
At that point, you're pretty much gone unless you get that helicopter flying overhead.
Wait, when they find him, oh man, this is sad. It's a sad story. When they find him, are they out of there?
Yeah. They're pretty much done.
Oh, okay, they're done.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like they found him and they're like, "Yo,
hey, bro, why you naked?"
Hey,
it's hot in here, brother.
I don't know, but you got to be ready to go. No, I think
the heat. Okay. Yeah. So, but honestly though, this. I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all the real. This is Hot Hands DMs, bro. I'm trying to make things happen. This is Hot Hands DM. We're trying to go. I'm looking for that sponsorship. I need because the case that I buy. I mean, I just feel like Hot Hands is great. Yeah, right. So okay. Allison also said in the chat. Well, Steve said hand warmers are a must for anything over 4 miles. Agreed. Malik said he needs some hand warmers for the Michigan weather. Agreed. Allison said, I kind of think hand warmers. I feel like hand warmers make your fingertips colder. So I don't know how your hands are made, but for me, well, in the glove, I hold the hand warmers in my hand in the gloves. Like, so my hands are like this in the gloves. So like they're on my fingertips and I move them around. Like if you have a really tight glove, like the big gloves that's super tight, you can't really move them around anyway. But if you have like, I have the Tracksmith NDO, which I don't think that they're like heavy enough for me. But at the same time, I get to move around the hand warmers like freely in there. So like if I feel like my pinky's cold, I can move the hand warmer to my pinky and warm. You know what I mean?
I feel like I know what you're saying because whenever I use them, again, I haven't worn gloves to run yet, but I'll put it in the palm of my hand.
Yeah, the palm is just kind of like.
So it keeps that warm, but yeah, it kind of like you don't get that reciprocation to the fingers. So I understand what you're saying.
I need to like in the glove or in the mittens. I'm holding the hand warmers in my fingers. Yeah, because it heats the palm, like how a microwave is spotty. Okay, yeah, I use a microwave all the time. But yeah. No, I'm saying I get that. You ever take some food out of the microwave and it's like, how did this part not?
Yeah, that's when I stir it back up and I put it back in the microwave.
I'm just saying, it's
some food not stirrable though.
That's true.
Some food you don't want to mix together. You like, now like my rice is like screaming, but like my beans are still frozen. This is stupid. Like why am I doing this together?
I mean, it would feel like microwaves are smart enough at this point to be like, okay, focus. You know what I mean?
Do you guys? I know we're getting off subject here, but when you put your food in the microwave, do you like nuke it, or do you guys go like 1 minute or 30 seconds? Or you guys like go full blast, like 2 minutes to start?
I have a hill that I want to die on, so go ahead, Tommy.
No, please die on the hill first. Go ahead.
I hate when my food too hot.
Bro, what are you supposed to do with it after it's that hot?
People be like, I want my food to be blazing hot. Like, no, I want my food to be just hot enough that I can eat it all without even thinking about it. Like, I just want to,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to.
That's not a hill.
I can do 2 minutes depending on what the dish is, stir it out real good, and it's not too hot. It works out. Everything gets mixed in together at 2 minutes. Yeah.
What do you put? What are you trying to melt down?
I want to make sure it's cooked through. I don't want to have like Allison here put 30 seconds push. I don't want to do that. I just want it done. So if it's a little bit too hot, I stir it up if I can, and then I'm ready to go. Like,
I'm a plus 30 seconds fella.
Yeah, I'm a minute to a minute 30. You know what I mean?
I'll never have it in there for longer than 90 seconds at one time.
Because why would you want? I mean, 2 minutes. So yeah, I'm just imagining. I could see Gary just like heating something up 3 minutes straight, and then just going for the first big spoonful right in the middle, and then you know what I'm saying? Just
no, because you stir it up. You got to mix it all in. Make sure all the heat gets all around it.
No.
Whatever.
I mean,
waste your time pushing that button over and over again and just get it done with one push. You're good.
Bro, you talking about I want it to be cooked all the way through. You definitely be double cooking food.
Nah. Triple
cooking. We started off on the right foot here. We were talking about, okay, guys, I think, hey. This is PR Project, episode number 101. Made it to 101. We still haven't figured out the whole welcoming opening process. Thank you for watching the show. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, make sure that you hop over to whatever podcast platform that you podcast on or listen to, and follow us there. Listen on your drives, on your runs, while you're doing the homework or you're doing the dishes, or if you're heating up something in the microwave for 6 hours like Gary does. Throw on an episode, let it play. Start from the beginning. It's all fun. Shout out to everybody. Let's start with this is called the PR Project. What PRs we got, guys? So the Houston half and Houston full marathon just happened today. Who are we shouting? Who we got on the radar?
My first PR is not Houston related, but I set a PR for longest time without TikTok since probably like 2020.
Of course. How'd you feel? Are you okay?
It's fine, bro. I'm not addicted to TikTok like y'all think I am. I just be on there, but it's not like I can't do without it. I wasn't having withdrawals or anything.
I just thought it would be more
Did you find yourself hitting the button anyway? Like muscle memory? Like
I did it like twice. Twice. But then I was like, all right, this is I guess is real. So whatever.
I don't care.
every now and then I would hit it and just forget that it wasn't there anymore. You know?
Yeah. I've never been big on TikTok, so like, but if it happened to Instagram, I could see myself opening up the app like 10 times, like in an hour.
I'm on Instagram way more than I'm on TikTok for sure. So it's just a part of my like routine. When I unlock my phone, it's like let me swoop through the big three, you know, and TikTok is one of the big three for me, and then just be like,
Yeah, I definitely hit that. I hit that more than a couple times. Just force a habit. Because I'm on there, I think, more than I'm on Instagram, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Instagram, my whole feed is all running, which is great, but every now and then I want to see what else is going on.
You want to go talk to your Chinese spy. You want to see?
Yeah.
You want to see what's up.
Yeah.
I mean,
give me the propaganda, man.
I think you need to start asking TikTok now that it's back. I mean, because it's back now. It was saved by microwave. I think you should start having microwave content and see what real people or what TikTok people do. You know, about this microwave thing.
I'm sure there's a microwave community.
It's gotta be. TikTok. Yeah, microwave. Yeah, it's like microwave talk, microwave Reddit, microwave. You know.
Yeah, r/microwave for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily think
microwave hub.
You were too pleased. With yourself on that one here.
He almost said, "Get it? Did you get it?" No, this is ridiculous. You what was I gonna say?
But okay, Houston.
Oh, microwave. Yeah. Hold on. Microwaves. One second. Microwaves, right? Microwaves. I don't think that they're good for you all the way. You know, obviously they got whatever. I don't know the science, but I know it's not all that great for you. But do you guys ever put corn in the microwave?
Like corn on the cob or like corn from the can?
Yeah, corn on the cob.
I don't think so. No, I boil it.
I don't really make corn on the cob.
All right, so I'm gonna, Gary, you'll do it for sure. Listen, next time you have like you see some like ears of corn at the store, in the husk, right? Mm-hmm. Don't go peeling it off, throwing it in the thing.
Yeah.
Pick them out. The ones that are good, they look good. Don't even open them. Don't like just have to trust it. Get one, put it in the microwave, or wet it first, like wet the husk, put it underwater, put it in the microwave.
Paper towel or just wet the husk itself?
No, just wet the husk itself. Put it in the microwave for 3.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Perfect. And then when you peel it off, because it's hot, all that stuff just comes off easy. Like it's almost like it's like boiling it without taking all the nutrients out. And
hold on. I was waiting for you to say you get like the best popcorn, but you don't. It's just regular corn.
You telling me I did all that and it's just regular corn? Try it, bro.
A corn kid grew up to be Tommy Runs. That's crazy.
Try it. It's really crazy. It's like the perfect, and I learned it from a farm in Massachusetts. They were like, "Oh, don't take off the husk. Just throw it in the microwave 3.5 to 4 minutes per ear, and you're good." It's crazy.
That's valid.
You'd be surprised like how perfect it ends up coming out.
Now I'm gonna try it for sure.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah,
because everybody, I always want to tell people in the store when they're just like going through pulling all the stuff up. It's like that's like the perfect shield, and like it steams it because it's it's perfect. So you're welcome.
I'm not
to
sure
everybody.
when I'm gonna get corn on the cob anytime soon, but
yeah,
corn on the cob is frustrating because it get stuck in my teeth too much.
Yeah,
it's just it's a tough thing, Like it's good, but it's just like sometimes is it worth it, All right, Houston. Who we got? We got Justin Fisk.
Yes.
Yeah. Justin Fisk. He's from the area. He ran 2:28 and some change. I think his PR was
2:32. I think
32.
Yeah.
Which is huge. Is a huge jump. Was that 4 minutes is huge at that pace. It's ridiculous at that pace. So big shout out to Justin. We had Kafuzi that was on the show last week to celebrate our 100th. He ran 1:26.03. This is an honorable mention. He did not PR, but he said he had a great race, enjoyed himself, tucked in with a pack of people. The PR just didn't happen. So big shout out to Kafuzi. Thanks for joining, and then also good race today. And then we have Erica Kemp.
Yeah.
With she's an elite, but with an 11-minute PR. She ran 2:22 and some change.
Damn. That's
hit the standard. The world championship standard, I believe.
Yeah.
It's the Olympic standard too, though, right? 2:22 is.
Oh yeah. Two. Yeah. It's
I don't. They just mentioned the world standard, but it's got to be close to the same, I would think.
Yeah. No, I think that's the same. I think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Maybe she's not. Yeah. Maybe the Olympic window isn't open yet because it's.
They don't know what the standard is going to be. Yeah.
But she'll definitely have a opportunity at the world championship if she wants. So that's cool.
And I think that. Oh wait, so the world standard. I think you unlock. If somebody gets the world standard within this large window, it unlocks times or unlocks spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of like the Olympic thing did for Connor and Clayton. Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, amazing race. Good job, Erica. Yeah, for sure. And I don't know who else PR'd today. I know Austin, Texas marathon was today in half. I think maybe Jeremy Miller might have PR'd. I've gone on a couple like PR trips with him. Cool guy. if you have any other PRs in the drop them in the chat because we'd love to shout people out. But really great racing in Texas.
Friend of the show. I want to say Nico. His name was Nico.
Yeah, Nico. Yeah. Oh yeah, he ran a 119 something, right?
Today. Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, good job, Nico.
Also,
what did he run in?
He ran a 119
last year.
He ran 119.
Yeah, 119 like 30 something or something like that.
He in Eugene, he just missed 250, I think.
Yeah. So okay, that's awesome. I wonder if he's going to be going back to Eugene.
He's running Mesa in 3 weeks. So
that's a great tune up. 119. I think he'll get his sub 250 for sure, as long as he recovers from this and bounces back and locks in. That's awesome. Congrats, Nico. But yeah, man, it feels like it's too early for spring marathon season when Houston happens. But I feel like it's like perfect timing to get everybody kind of excited about running again. Wow. If you're listening to this on the podcast platform, obviously you're missing out sometimes on the chat because sometimes people have really good things to say. Sometimes people have really productive comments. But today, I would say a friend of the show, but apparently he's not. He's not a friend of ours either. Ernest Holly, government
chose violence.
Chose violence, and he said Jaden Daniels PR'd, which Jaden Daniels is the quarterback for the Commanders. I actually witnessed Ern drop tears yesterday when the Lions lost. So I'm not sure why he's, sometimes you got to laugh through the pain. I think that's what he's doing right now, is like kind of trying to figure out a way through this darkness. You know what I mean?
I'll be honest, that game upset me that I almost didn't watch this. I'm a big Spartan basketball fan, and they had a big game today.
Did they win?
They won, but it was a close, tight game. But
I was watching it on the treadmill, but I got off at it was like 12 minutes to go in the second half, and I'm like, man, I want to stay to watch it, but I had to go. But it was a good game. It was back and forth.
I only watched the last 3 minutes because that's all my brain, like my mental capacity could take, was like that portion of the game, because I knew I couldn't sit through the whole thing after watching the Lions yesterday. That's how much the Lions have mentally destroyed me for sports ball for a couple of days.
This is why for the last couple of years I've been telling you guys that it's not worth it. The lows aren't worth the highs. It's just
because like being a diehard sports fan.
No, it's okay to be a diehard sports fan, but being a diehard Lions fan is it's a losing proposition.
It's tough.
They broke my heart. Man. Like I said, they had broke my heart way too many times. And once you disconnect, you realize how much of an abusive relationship it is to be dating the Detroit Lions.
I thought I was like this because I didn't like fully go like, all right, I'm invested again until like game like 5, and it was before the game started, so it wasn't like they won again. I was like, okay, I'm in. This is cool. I'm gonna ride this wave, and see what happens. And then throughout the game, as the game was going on, I didn't realize how like easily I became like a true Lions fan again, like that quick. And it's like I'm frustrated, my heart rate up, my blood pressure going, and just like after I sat there and watched it until the last like 20, when it was.
That last interception with 25 to go. I turned the TV off. I looked at Abigail and I went, "Go to bed."
25 to go. Yeah, like that was that. But like even before that, it was over 3 minutes before that. Like the chances of that happening, the way that they were playing, wasn't gonna happen. But it was tough. That was tough to watch.
It took everything in me not to just post like, well, same old Lions, because I didn't want. I don't want to hurt people further than they're already been hurt. There's no reason to continue to do that. But
right.
Unfortunately, the Lions can come up with the most creative ways to break your heart. It's like that one post that'd be like, I want the whole Detroit Lions team at my funeral so they can let me down one more time.
Yeah.
That's how it is, bro. I'm telling you.
I mean, that's about it though. That's about the vibe for sure. I mean, it's just like after the game, somebody was like, man, I'm telling you, whoever paid the most money won this one. Like, because it's like it's so unbelievable the way that they play. Like somebody had to have a hand in this stuff.
It was actually very
16,
believable.
16 defensive players out, like starters out. I mean, that's the fact that they even got this far with all those injuries is amazing.
I feel like what should have happened, which would have made me feel better, is if like at the end of the game, all the fans that were sitting there looking like their like hearts are broken because everybody just stood up and gave them a good cheer. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what I kind of wanted to do. And in the moment, I'm like, you know what, bro? Like, this was still crazy. You know what I mean? I felt like we were a good enough team to go much farther than that and at least stand there and be in Louisiana, but it didn't happen. So it's also like, you know what? Like, bravo, because that was a great season, man.
It was a great season, but the expectation was we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Like last year, it was like, oh shoot, we might make it to the Super Bowl. So losing in the conference championship game, in comparison to the expectations, was like, yo, this is like beyond what we could have imagined.
Yeah.
But this year, it's like, oh, we did that last year. We're gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, the expectation was so high.
Exactly. It's almost
impossible. But it's like watching those undefeated teams get to the tournament, NCAA tournament for basketball and lose. Like Virginia, you know, like it happens. Yeah. And you either rebuild or you say, hey, you know, we're still good. We just had a bad game. We'll do it again. We'll run it back next year.
And that's the shock. The shock of the NFL playoffs is like 3 hours before the end of that game, it was like, we're going to win the Super Bowl. And then 3 hours later, the season is over. So it's just like, it's a shock.
It's so final.
It's just like,
so final, yeah. So quick. It's
like somebody died on a post-game show on local news. I'm like, y'all speaking in hushed tones like somebody got assassinated, man. It's crazy.
I mean, the whole team did. It's the whole team. Yeah, no, it was definitely tough to see, but then I think then as soon as it's over, they start talking about coaches and coordinators leaving. It's like, oh, it's over forever, you know. But yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
But back to Houston.
Look at Gary.
There's a ton of talented coordinators out there. To say it's over because we might lose one or two is ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I've been watching the Lions for close to 50 years, so maybe I'm.
So you. Hey, this might hold some weight. Maurice said, "I blame LiAngelo." Somebody got to be to blame for this.
They swerved and they hit the corner. So Houston, Connor Mantz, he
yes
American half marathon record. Winnie Kaladi,
it was an 18-year-old record.
Yeah, anytime you break a Ryan Hall world record, it's pretty. I mean, a Ryan Hall American record is pretty serious. So
that's a hell of a finish too. Watching them two come in. Who was the other guy he was racing against? I forget the name.
I can't remember his name,
I have it at the ready. Give me 1 second.
So I was watching that. Like I was kind of like watching the whole race kind of off and on, but definitely watched like the last mile or so. And they traded. Like Connor pushed him like at like a half mile out, kind of pushed and went ahead, and then he took over and that he really caught him in the last 20 meters maybe.
Yeah, that was Ethiopia's Adusu Gobena. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, but the Ethiopian took the win, and but Connor Mantz still had an outstanding day, and He took our advice. We saw him at TRE. We told him, you got to run fast. At the end of the day, it just boils down to you got to put one foot in front of the other, and you got to run fast. And he did it. So
I mean, what they said, like a lot of the great things that happen is because somebody believed in a person, more than they believed in themselves. And this might be one of those cases. PR project. It's in the name, guys. It's in the name.
The proof is in the pudding.
So You're welcome.
Yes,
Mantz family.
Thank you. Yeah.
We also had another American half marathon record broken by Winnie Kaladi. She broke her previously set American record in a half marathon. I think she ran 66, a little over 66 minutes. Her coach came out a couple days before the race and said he felt like she was in perfect shape to break 66. She got super close to it. So big shout out to her. She's a rising star in the American distance running scene. So we love to see that.
Yeah, because she's been a beast on the track. So to see her do her thing, start get on the roads more, and I mean, in like watching her run. I mean, I can see marathon soon. Yeah. I mean, obviously, but you know what I mean.
For sure.
And she was up front. I mean, she was really I mean, and I feel like she's one of those ones. I mean, she's an American, but I feel like she's one of those ones that could like in the marathon like push and be up there kind of closer. Because the one thing about Conner Mantz is like he's not like settling for like second pack vibes. You know what I mean? Like he's not like, okay, well, the Kenyans and Ethiopians are here, and I'm just gonna win this section. Like every race, he's always up there, good or bad. You know, like even in the Olympics, he was up in the front pack and chasing down Tamara Tola in the Olympics in the terrible course. You know, and he's not afraid of like trying to be up front. So, but I think that Winnie Kaladi I think it's Winnie Kaladi's like I think she'll be one of those ones that really pushes the other countries as well, and not just like settling to be like, an American contender.
Right. Yeah, she finished 4 seconds behind the Ethiopian winner, Sinayet Getachew, I believe is how you pronounce it.
I think she was like 18. She's like 18 years old.
Yeah, she's the 2023 World U20 cross country champion. So she's young, but she's definitely very in shape and a very talented runner. It also says Kaladi was suffering from some stomach issues in the second half of the race. So the fact that she was able to persevere and still go out there and get a PR and run that strong was super admirable. You love to see it.
Yeah, I didn't know that because like while watching it, like towards the end, she started to kind of her form change a little bit. But I mean, like, okay, like they're running really fast, but she held on though. But to only lose by 4 seconds is with that is crazy. But it's I thought she was kind of gonna fall off, but like hearing that she had some stomach issues makes it a little more understandable. So I kind of see what I was looking at. Yeah, but that was a great race.
Some tough wins later on in the race too that made it a little rough. So battling tricky conditions and stomach issues, but still,
yeah. And that just shows how fast that course is. I mean, everybody says like that people go to Houston to run fast.
Yeah.
But it just shows like how fast it is when they had, super cold. They said like the Arctic blast that they called it. I don't know what the temperatures were down there, but I mean for them, they had like North Face jackets on. So,
Don't talk to me about blast if you're in Texas.
I know, bro. But I wonder what is the weather in Houston right now? But
give me a second, I'll get stats on that.
Yeah. Let's get some stats on the weather in Houston.
Right now, it is a frigid 38 degrees.
Oof.
Feels like 32.
Oh, that's rough. That sucks. That's terrible. I don't know how anybody can race in these conditions.
They should have canceled that. They should have canceled that from the
safety.
For safety, for sure. It's some people can't be outside in the cold. They got to move everything indoors. They shouldn't have moved it indoors. Just saying.
Is this a shot fired? All right, so winter running. Let's talk about it. What's going on? Because in Michigan, we literally are in Arctic blast. Houston is in something. I think they're like more like in a refrigerator. I wouldn't say Arctic anything.
Right.
But so like right now in Michigan, it is 12 degrees, feels like 0, high of 19, low of 7. Tomorrow is going to be even worse. Tuesday is going to be a low of -3. Wednesday will be a low of -5.
Yeah. Like they're already talking about shutting down school on Tuesday.
Yeah, 48. Yeah.
It's because it's cold.
Yeah. The wind chill, I was looking earlier, and the wind chill for both Tuesday and Wednesday, the low feels like -14. So
yeah.
Tuesday is -13. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and tomorrow the feels like is going to be a high of -3. and a low of -8.
It feels like?
Yeah.
All right, to go
So you know what that feels like? That feels like
I know what this feels
like. That feels like a whole lot of treadmill running. So I think that's a good way to segue into the treadmill. I know Gary is probably the least affinity for the treadmill of the three of us. So Gary, what is it about the treadmill that bothers you? Why didn't you feel like you can?
I mean, you've seen my routes, right? You know,
I have. You want to turn left and right.
Yeah, you know, I gotta look around and explore and stuff. I think it's just the monotony of it all, of a treadmill run. When you're running outside, you know, like you turn this corner, you've got X amount of, you know, feet or miles or whatever to go. In a treadmill, that number just clicks off. You know, it never clicks off fast.
What treadmill are you on? It makes it sound like that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like what's it called? Metronome.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm not messing with you. I'm sorry. I thought you was on one of them. But no, I mean, but you're like super duper against it though.
I think if I can get outside, like today might have been like the limit for me to be outside. I think if it's a negative, if it feels like negative degrees, that's probably my tipping point for me. But we've got great gear. You know, if you've got decent gear, you can survive outside for a run, provided that you're using it smartly and whatnot. But if I don't have to, I won't. But if it's dangerous, like literally like negative whatever degrees, then yeah, I'll suffer through a treadmill run as long as it's decent mileage. When I say decent, like no more than 10.
Yeah, no, so the where I'm at right now in my life in training and running is like if I don't like if I have to like do too much of thinking like, oh, let's get outside, let's go outside. Come on, you could do it. It's not that cold. Like if I got to do too much of that, then I'm just going on the treadmill because like I'm not in a position mentally to be like I don't need to force anything right now. Like, and I think that the treadmill is cool because I mean, a lot of us are training end up like if you're training in the wintertime, you're often training for a race that's like in April or May that these days, like a May race, like say like Bayshore or something like that, it could end up being like a hot race, you know,
right.
Like, and you've kind of, especially in Michigan, it's damn near going to be cold until March something, you know, and all of a sudden now you're dealing with like trying to get used to heat and all this other stuff again. So sometimes I feel like the treadmill is a lot of benefit to it. I think we kind of like it's boring for sure, but then I think that's like a mental toughness thing, like where you just kind of zone out and run and try to avoid looking at the little thing click off, like you said. But then also there's some heat acclimation to that as well, because you know, like Aaron talked about before, like the gyms are hot. You know, they're not like hot just standing there, but when you get on a treadmill, there's no breeze, no nothing.
No, it's that stale air that just doesn't move, you know.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's a lot of things, but like lately I've just been okay with like the treadmill if I have to. And then just try to like go into it thinking about like the positives in it. Cause if you just don't want to be there and you have to, it just makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, because like I did 16 today, and it took me everything to like I had to either decide whether I was running outside or fully decide whether I was going to run on the treadmill. And once I said, okay, I'm doing this treadmill thing, I had to like remind myself of all the reasons why I'm running on a treadmill, like because of this, and then also.
And I had a bargain myself. Okay, I'm going to do 8 outside. I'll come in for the other 8.
Yeah, like before my fingers fall off, I'm gonna come inside. But I mean, I think that like I think whatever you decide, you have to decide it like fully, because it's too cold to be wishy-washy about it, and the gym is too boring to be wishy-washy about it too.
Right. So I've already mentally prepared for at least the next couple days that it's going to be inside.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Just based on the weather, just based on what the temperature, the weather apps are saying.
I mean, because it's really not safe.
It's not. It's really not. My usual gauge for whether I'm gonna run inside or outside is when I open the door at work to go home. Like when I open the door to leave out, if the weather that hit me when I come out make me say a curse word, it's a treadmill day. You know, if it hit me and I just be like, ooh, then it might be an outside day. But if it hit me and I be like, shh, yeah, no, bro, we on the treadmill. Like, no, it's over. It's over, bro.
I mean, that's not a bad.
That's a good gauge.
That's not a bad gauge. I mean, because I just felt both of that. Like, okay, all right, yeah, all right, I can run in here. But that other one, oh no, we can't do that.
It's funny you say that because out in the morning when I get my kids out to the bus, that's kind of the first thing I think to myself is like, can I run in this? Can I?
I think that you need to. I think that you need to make. I think that needs to be your next piece of content for TikTok. Now that it's back up and it's been saved, I think that's like how I judge when I run outside in the winter, and just go full all the way. Yeah, that's it. I think that. I mean, that's the vibe, bro.
You might be right. This is why they pay you the big bucks.
That's why I'm over here rolling in dough, because ideas. I'm the idea guy. You know what I'm saying?
But I do have a question for y'all. I would say of my last 10 runs, probably 7 of them have been on a treadmill, and I've noticed this over the last couple winters that I tend to start feeling some soreness and some discomfort in my Achilles after running on a treadmill a bunch of times in a row. Have you guys has that ever happened to you? Have you ever noticed that?
Gary won't know.
I mean, there was that last year. Last year I think we ended up doing a whole week at least on the treadmill because of the Arctic blast or whatever, because we had the same type of weather that's coming in. I don't know if I remember soreness in that area, but definitely stiff. Like my legs, my knees felt stiff after a while, and I was trying to use like a minimal shoe, not like a super trainer or a super shoe, to help with that. But
well, do you always have yours on 0.5?
No, because I've noticed that the incline bothers my Achilles more than the flat.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I haven't.
I've been running with it flat for the most part for the last week, because before
you still feeling it?
Yeah.
I wonder, because like I had stopped doing that too, because it just felt like, I mean, I understand the concept, but I'm like, this is useless, pointless. You're still running the same distance. It's not like as honestly there's any benefit to it other than slowly climbing for 6 miles. But I think that I feel like I'm with Gary. I do feel more. I feel like, in certain like spots like weird, like outside of the knee, like random. But I haven't really felt the Achilles thing much.
Yeah, maybe, and that's usually my weak point is like lower leg stuff. So maybe it's
calf.
Calf and Achilles. So
yeah,
maybe it's just me. But I feel, especially now, like the last few days, like when I get my run going, it's creaky for sure, and it's definitely because of just the repetitive foot strike that you have on the treadmill. There's no variation.
There's no. It's the exact same.
So, but I'm monitoring it and keeping an eye on it. But usually once I get back on the road, it's fine. So.
Yeah. You said your mind. Yeah, be careful, because that Achilles soreness can, they could turn into something sticky real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Be careful.
But like you said, Gary, using a more minimal shoe, I've definitely done that pretty much every time I've ran. I've reached for the Mountain Coast R1 quite a bit, the Pegasus 41, just the regular, quite a bit. And then every workout that I've done on a treadmill since the end of my last training block, I've done in the Topo Cyclone. So
okay,
it's been good for me. It's not a super high stack height, but there is a plate in there, so I feel like it gives you the best of both worlds, and it doesn't put all of that, foam under your foot, including the treadmill, and then just make you feel like you're plodding. So, yeah,
probably helps with recovery too, because you're going. I mean, I think there is going to be a difference on your legs. I have no science on this, but like easy running versus like running hard, because I think you're hitting that mat a lot harder. So you probably should need something, whether it's a little bit more foam or a plate in there for recovery. I can see that for sure.
Yeah, but I couldn't imagine putting like an Alpha Fly on a treadmill. It just seems like overkill.
So I did a double the other day, and I threw on. It was just a double though. So I threw on some Vaporflies for the 4 miles, just because like I just wanted to see like
but
if
you
it
also
would
put the new
relieve.
Saucony on too for workout, right?
Saucony's what? Yeah, workout.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, but I feel like I made it. Well, I guess I gave people an option to pick for me, but it turned out to be okay because that foam, for some reason, just felt okay on the treadmill. Like it wasn't too squishy or even too bouncy. Actually, it kind of like just was perfect for that. When I first put them on though. Remember we talked about that foam? We saw it on TRA Live, like how soft it is. It was very soft, very bouncy, like to walk in. So I thought it was going to be an issue on the treadmill, but it kind of conformed to the treadmill pretty well. Like the workout went great. Sometimes you do like you put on the Alpha Fly on the treadmill is way too bouncy. Like you're going up instead of forward. But the Sauconys were great. I had like a weird little hot spot though because of the upper. Have you guys worn them yet? Do you guys have them?
No, I need a workout.
Oh well. We gotta change that because I think you had so neither one of you had the first one, right? So the first Elite was that green, that it was like that lime or that like Vaporfly green, really. But it was a much firmer sole, so it was just like I didn't love it that much. But I think you guys would, especially you, Aaron. I think you really like this one, like because the way the way that you strike the way your foot strikes. I think you really like it, so we got to work on that.
Yeah,
it's definitely a race issue. It's definitely a marathon shoe, for sure.
Yeah, I'm flipping through trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for this half marathon. So I don't think I'm going to do Alpha Fly. I don't think that's gonna be. I don't even think that's an option right now. So I think I want something that's a little more low profile, something that is a little less foam. Because the Pumas did so well for me last year, so. I think I'm just biased to like not super high stack height, but still
a quicker turnover.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like that holds. I mean, that holds up to like what the way that I would approach probably a half too is like if you take Nike just because you said Alpha Fly, like if you take Alpha Fly versus Vaporfly in a half, I'm going Vaporfly because like I just feel like I feel like the Vaporfly, the Alpha Fly 3 is the first Vaporfly that to me is like a fast turnover shoe. But even still, like the Vaporfly, I think is even quicker, lighter to me. It just feels like you have more control of the shoe. But I wonder, yeah. So would you lean towards the Puma again, or you just want to?
I wouldn't rule it out. I want to try some other things just to kind of get a gauge of where I'm at. But yeah, no, I would like I ran a 5K PR in them last year. I ran the second marathon in the fall. I ran Indy in them, and I enjoyed them. So I wouldn't be opposed to doing that.
Yeah, so I definitely want to see if we can get another pair or 2 pairs of those because I think you guys would like them a lot. They're really, I mean, and they look sweet too, though. I mean, that helps.
That always helps.
Yeah, I mean, that's like half the battle right there.
Right, really, it is. It's like 1A on the list of
of importance.
Yeah.
If somebody told you they could guarantee you 2 minutes off of your marathon time, but the shoe was ugly, would you wear it?
Absolutely.
That's why it's 1B then, brother.
I know. Yeah, absolutely. Never mind. I figured everything I just said. I don't know. I mean, like, real, like, how ugly? Like, are we talking about?
Like,
I mean, I guess
just like you really just didn't like. You didn't like how they look at all. Like they're like a 2 out of 10.
Like, if somebody handed me an all black Air Force One and was like, "This is the vibe," I think I might do it. I might even wear a shiesty in the race. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess yeah, this is called PR Project. We're taking the shoes. Would you take them?
I don't know. Maybe. How desperate?
I mean, you still got the rest of your kit to work with though too. Like
some shoes so ugly, like the Balenciaga, like the big chunky Balenciaga, they so ugly that like you can justify like making them.
Yeah, for me, they ugly enough. They so ugly. Yeah, they gonna be sweet.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I probably would.
If Balenciaga and those shoes were the fastest shoes out there in the 2 minutes, you rocking the big moon Balenciagas, you gonna wear some skinny jeans with holes in them too. Just to
I'm gonna look like a Hawaiian from Atlanta for sure.
Run through the finish line talking about I'm itching. I'm itching for this PR. But anyway, yeah, I don't even know where we are in life right now.
We somewhere floating out in the ether.
Somewhere. But yeah, man, I think this next week's gonna be crazy. Temperature wise, I feel like I'm on the treadmill probably starting tomorrow all the way till probably Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday we'll get a break on Thursday for sure.
Yes.
The only problem for me is running when it's cold and Alexis kind of touched on this. Running when it's cold and dark. And she said for some reason night dark is scarier than morning dark.
I agree with that.
I'm kind of on the opposite side of that, but we ain't gonna get too crazy into that. But
what do you consider morning though?
Exactly. But yeah, no. So I'm an evening runner, and the days are getting longer, but the sun still goes down around 5:30 where we are. So running in the bitter cold and when it's dark is just like it's a lot to deal with, like sensory wise. It's like, dang, it's dark, it's cold. Like I feel like I'm in the freezer. Like this is terrible, you know?
Yeah, and then at some point, like some of these. So I ran with Gary yesterday, and I had 12 miles. I ran 4 more miles after Gary, and the sun was starting to set.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, like, that temperature went like from cold to like brisk, like in the last 20 minutes, like 15 minutes of the run, my hands were fine the whole run. And then the last 15 minutes, like that it just dipped, and my fingers just went like so cold in the last like mile of the run.
Yeah, yesterday played me real bad, bro. So I went outside. I'm like, gotta run on the treadmill again. So I go to the gym.
No, that's not what you did. That's not what you did.
No, because it wasn't bad. It wasn't like super cold, but it was icy. So I'm like, it's not even worth it. You know, like it's a little bit colder than what I want it to be, but it's also icy. So I'm like, all right, I'm on the treadmill. So I go in the gym, I knock out my 8 miles, I come out, and the sun is shining, like beaming. And I'm just like, and it's like 10 degrees warmer than it was when I went in. And I'm just like, I can't win. I can't win right now. It's not fair.
Oh yeah, it got nice yesterday.
It definitely did. It was people out. Yeah. I'm like, y'all out walking? Like
where did y'all come from?
Like this is not okay. So
man, I just wish I don't know, like treadmill, like there's treadmills everywhere, like in all the gyms, and like I just wish they had a better. Like I don't even know what I'm asking for, but it just seems like in 2025 there would be like a better, more fun option for this. Like view, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's just something got to change. Like no one cares about these people that are just on the treadmill. No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. You're looking for like a full immersive experience with like flash.
Yeah,
or exploring the countryside or somewhere. Yeah,
like the dome, and okay, that's okay, right? So you know the treadmill that, like, you know, like you go to the hotel, they got the treadmill with the screen on it, and it acts like it looks like you're like on a trail or whatever. Even though that seems dumb, when you turn that on and you see like the little, you know, whatever, and it looks like you're running on a trail, that makes it so much better. So why doesn't like anybody come out with like a treadmill that has like a curved screen,
fully immersive experience,
like a curved screen, maybe not all the way around you and up and down, but just like a bigger screen that like makes it like a little easier to like just run. lock in a little bit.
And then maybe they'll put some like barriers, like a log across the trail, and you have to jump over it. And then, or like there's somebody chasing you like a bear. Like Ern would love that, right? And then you see a deer across the path, and you got to wrestle it to the ground. Like,
oh,
right?
Oh wow, a deer wrestle. I saw a deer cross. So I had on my glasses yesterday as the sun was going down, and I was running. I heard something off to my right, and it heard like somebody like shutting like a metal trash can or something, like some weird noise. And I just didn't think anything. I looked over, couldn't see anything, but I still had the glasses on, so I didn't realize like how much light it was still. I just thought it was getting dark. So I turned around to go back because I just went out and back on the same street. Turn around, and I'm starting to come up the street, and then a big deer just like walk out into the street in front of me. And I wasn't raised around deer. I'm not really sure. We've talked about this. I don't know. And that one deer, I don't care. That one deer had something going on. A black guy might have shot his brother. I don't know, because it literally, that one deer ran me off. We don't have to. I wouldn't lie to this, but so every time I see one, I'm not sure if it's that same one or whatever. I don't know what they like. So I just stopped, and it stared at me. I stopped my watch. I just started walking the other way just to give it some space, and eventually it crossed the street, and then like 4 other ones started crossing the street too.
Yeah, there's usually more than one. Yeah.
There's always more than one. And my thing is, I think I'm okay with the ones that are with no antlers, the ones that are ladies, right? I think they're reasonable, right? But then the ones that have like antlers, I don't know what time is. I don't know what's going on. I don't want them to think that I'm like encroaching on they chicks. I'm just running through here, bro. That's my logic. It doesn't.
The mother deer are more reasonable around the does? Are they does? The babies?
Well, I'm just saying. Like, I just feel like a lady deer would be able to be like, he's a runner. He's just going past. But then like a guy like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? I just, in my mind, that's why they have antlers, to use them. They're not like there for like decoration. You see, I mean, come on, guys. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Different decoration.
Hold on. I want to do this. I want to get some of these and go to like a Planet Fitness, and then
I'm thinking like this is actually like a solid idea.
You'd have to have a safety parameters
on.
Yeah. For those on the podcast, listen to the podcast. Steve suggested Oculus, a VR headset for.
Zwift will have this shortly. I promise you, Zwift will have this.
Zwift probably has it
for sure. Like, because it's not a bad idea.
But it is a bad idea when you watch some videos of people on Instagram like kicking over their TVs and like punching kids by accident.
The program's got to be like a Zwift program or like an iRun or whatever. It's got to be like in a race, or actually not even in a race, because that could be dangerous. It's got to be like on a path,
a straight path.
A straight path, yeah.
It has to be a dead straight path, because as soon as you start turning, and then it does look like you talking about them logs. Like if a log comes into the thing, somebody gonna jump on the treadmill, because that's what I'm saying. Like that's the problem, is people get too caught up in the Oculus stuff. That's why like all them videos happen where people like kick people or jump over stuff and hurt themselves. Because you throw a little stone in the road by accident, somebody gonna do something weird on the treadmill and fall off. It's over with.
The real problem is, let's say you do all that safety stuff, right? You do straight path, you got like safety equipment around you. Power goes out at the gym, because we've been there when like the power goes out, like a Planet Fitness.
You got to be backed up by a generator, bro, or a battery. Over with.
That belt stops or slows down.
So the gym we were at today, Maurice just said running with the Oculus on. Seemed like Oculus on is probably a final destination way to go out. So today at the gym, where the treadmills were on are like on like this big, on the second floor platform, and so like there's right in front of the treadmills is a balcony, and you just see down into the gym. I could totally see like somebody like with an Oculus on getting too hype and just going over for some reason. It's dangerous. I mean, it's a cool thought, but it really has to be like an in your house straight path. It has to have some like guidelines, like some parameter. Like you have to have a belt on or something like that, like to keep you from going anywhere other than running on the treadmill.
No, but I think
you gotta have the self-propelled treadmill. This is we
self-propelled.
Solving issues right now. We're solving issues right now.
Yeah,
we really should take this offline and think about ways to make this real, because I think we're onto something. I mean, we as in also Maurice. Who said it first?
Maurice Emily.
Yeah.
Steve. But I already banned them from the chat. They're gone now, so don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
Oh, they're out the chat. Yeah, so we can steal their idea right in front. It's not even in front of them anymore. They're gone.
Yeah, if you any chats made in this
what's that movie where like everybody's on like their headset, they're like living in a different world, like it's like Fortnite, but like you get on the headset and you're kind of like in the world. You know what I'm talking about? Ready Player One.
Oh, I thought that was Black Mirror.
Ready Player One. So like in Ready Player One, how they get around and move in this world is like they're in this like suspended thing, and they can run they're on a treadmill, basically a self-propelled thing, and it can go any way. Like so you can stop, turn around, and go a different way, and you walk and all that stuff. That's where it's at, and that's where we got to take it, guys. We got to take it on a treadmill that can go literally any direction, self-propelled, but you're like stuck in one spot. You could turn. That's really, because then you could go on a trail. You could anything.
Yeah, it just sounds like a lot of.
You know how much money that math. Yeah. You know how much money that would cost though?
Oh, and hot take, another hot treadmill take. Your watch is always wrong. Do not believe your watch. Always. People be like, always. I'm gonna believe my watch before I do. No, the treadmill's right.
The treadmill's literally going the distance.
Yeah. So listen to the treadmill. Don't listen to your watch. I know you didn't just run a 5K PR on the treadmill yesterday. No, you didn't run 15-minute miles either. It's probably somewhere in between. It's probably exactly what the treadmill says, actually. So just listen to the treadmill. That distance right there.
Yeah, and you probably didn't get the elevation you think you got either.
Because you didn't go up any stairs, bro. You still on the same street. Right. You still in the same building.
If you hit the incline on the thing, it should at least say on the treadmill how many feet you went. It should, but it doesn't.
I'm sure that this is the thing also. Yeah, we're on these commercial grade, treadmills. But if we were on those, real,
like a Woodway or something like that.
I think if Peloton had that, like, hey, by the way,
you went
X amount of feet in the air, theoretically.
In the air.
What's your bubble? It's not the way it's done. The treadmill is right every time, even if it's
Strava times don't count over chip times. That's essentially the same thing.
Yes. Unless you're saying your Strava time on your watch that you stopped.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because your chip time should be the time that you stopped your watch.
Yeah, if you start it and stop it right as you go over the max.
Yeah, like so it should be like right there. But you can't go, Strava PR. My Strava PR says because that was like 2 miles down the road because you zigzagged all around the place. But yeah, the treadmill is correct. The thing knows how many times that belt went around the thing, and it's calculated. It should be accurate. Like the only way if it's not right, it's off by like small fraction, like very small number. Unless you run 100 miles, then maybe it'd be a little different. But it's correct. Your watch is wrong. Because like the other day I was doing an interval thing, and on Coros you can set the time, set the pace. I forgot to set it back on one of the intervals, and I'm working, moving. I look down, that boy say like 8:20. I'm like, oh come on.
No, not as bad as what I did yesterday. I had strides at the end of my easy run yesterday, and so my last stride was I turned it up to 13, and I just did 30 seconds at 13 miles an hour, and I finished the stride, and then I went. I got off the treadmill, cleaned it off, went into the locker room, changing my clothes, and then I hear my watch beep off. Another mile. And I'm like, I didn't just run a 4-minute and 30-second mile. I wasn't running at all.
Oh,
so
shit.
My watch was just rolling at 13 miles an hour for a whole mile. I was supposed to turn it off.
Hey, that got to go on Strava. Hey.
You can't clip it. You can't crop it like you could crop a outside run. So I couldn't even like fix it.
Oh, what did it say your average pace was for the run?
It was really like 8-minute pace, but it say like 7:36 because it's a whole mile under. They say I ran 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So
hey, no, you should your caption should have your title should have been "Slam the Door."
Hey, you know,
slam the door.
Slam the door. Oh man, but yeah, so it's gonna be tough. Hopefully, everybody out there like this. I think the whole country's gonna be cold next week. It ain't just us. So be safe out there. Do the right thing. Wear double glove, mittens if you can, because mittens kind of keep your fingers together. Hand warmers. Shout out Hot Hands.
I think about you, bro.
They are. They are.
They need a construction worker ambassadorship.
Right. That.
You
know what, dog? I thought about that the other day. I don't think construction workers are those people that we talked about. Like, I don't think that they feel what we feel, and I wonder if they get frostbite too, because they be out there, bro, building houses, and there's no like that would be my only, other than the fact that I'm not handy at all. Second fact would be that I couldn't do that weather. Like, I'm like, are we working today? You know.
They wear Carhartt double Ds when it's cold or when it's hot. It don't matter.
I think that they're construction people are undervalued.
Oh yeah.
Like, we should be talking about them every day.
We do. They just talk about deporting them. So episode 101.
In the books.
Great job, guys.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was good. Good job, guys. 101. Did you just try to eat the mic?
Nope, just brushing my head.
Is that the sound of your frozen hair on the
little ASMR to close the show out?
All right, I'll have to go behind the paywall. Let's keep it clean.
I'm cool. I'm cool with the beard gear. You know the little dogs that the little beard that looks like that a little bit. Like, I gotta show you a picture. You're right. It's cool. I didn't just say you look like a dog, Gary. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Let's see if Gary's gonna still be my friend after this one. Peace out.
No, sir.